I would start with a warm up, but I think, well, I guess this is a warm up, but I don't get to be all fidgety with my fingers. Uh, this is a stream that I didn't actually plan on doing, and then we did. And this game has been burning a hole in our pocket for a couple weeks now, and we couldn't find a place to slip it in. So I guess I'll start the stream with this, and then figure out what else I'm gonna do. Yuri Paddle, an anime convention murder mystery. As a guest coordinator of a small time anime convention with big problems, it's up to the underpaid and overburdened Stella to solve the murder of a famous cosplayer. Content warning. Whoa there, partner. This here game jam project has content that not all cowfolk may be comfortable with, such as blood and visceral depictions of gore. Make sure to proceed with caution, you heard? Was this for like a cowboy convention? Anyway, I'm Scribblebite of the Fluffbite Entertainment System. I use they, it, and they pronouns, not in that order. I am a dragon fruit dragon, uh, a a devout little, and a friend to weirdos everywhere. It's really interesting because the thing that this is using as a like a cultural signifier, the title of this game, Yuri Paddle, is interesting because as far as I know, there's not a colloquial usage of the term Yuri Paddle in anime con or like anime uh, circles. It's called a yaoi paddle, and a yaoi paddle is essentially a big fuck off paddle like the one that the dead character is on, and it usually has some holes in it. It's a big ass spanking implement. I don't think that the design was supposed to be for spanking. It looked like something you'd fucking I don't know. Oh, maybe it's for like beating rugs or something. I was like, I'm trying to think. I was like, no, you wouldn't use that in cooking. It'd be way too heavy. Like you wouldn't even want to slide a pizza in with something like that. Not big enough or round enough. But they were really popular in like the early 2000s on anime conventions. Even though the yaoi paddle was used more by like girls in other films more than it was by like say gay men because of the whole uh the thing where in a lot of not just anime circles but general fan circles in general, folks who are very passionate about say fan works like what you might find on AO3 or whatever tend to be yaoi, that is MLM, not multi-level marketing but uh men loving men. And you know that's still a thing that is in contention for some people today. The general heavy interests of women in like M/M romances and smut. Can't forget the smut. The fact that there's like if you pick any like early 2000s, so anything from like 1999 to like 2010 animes that came out there with like, even if they had like mostly het pairings, especially like canon pairings, if you look up the fan works, there are probably more yaoi fan works than almost anything else, especially for stuff like Full Metal Alchemist or Inuyasha, for reasons. uh Anyone could get hit with the yaoi paddle. It doesn't matter what gender you are. In fact, some cons had to actually ban yaoi paddles because people were using them without consenting. Or some people were bending over to get slapped in the middle of convention halls in the daytime. You know, when anyone, including kids, could be on could be on like the con floor or whatever. Uh, I'm curious if modern day cons allowed in like in like the after dark sections of cons, Our con experience didn't really have yaoi paddles, though the paddling part is actually still a big thing in conventions in general. And furry conventions, particularly MFF, there's like this big like German brew house that's like really close to Midwest Midwest Fur Fest is what MFF stands for. That Wait, am I muted? Okay. I was like, was I talking for 5 minutes and talking about history while muted? No, I wasn't muted. Uh, there's a big like German brew house or whatever, and furries often in fursuit will go there to get yaoi paddled. Uh, it's a lot more space. It is a brewery or like a beer stein or a beer place or whatever. So like it's only gonna be adults there. There are many videos online, I am sure. At the very least from like 2022, when the last time I saw one of those videos. I don't know how someone who doesn't wear diapers and is not in a fursuit can handle more than maybe one full strength smack, especially from someone who knows how to use a paddle. And I mean for these paddles in particular, not paddles like spanking implements in general. These things are heavy. These things are heavy. Not exactly phone book heavy, although now that I think about it in this day and age, this dates me so much because who knows how heavy a phone book is nowadays? Probably no one. Um, that being said, it is very much Yuri Paddle as a title is such a deep cut of a reference. So I felt like I was gonna have a lot of fun. This is from an internal game jam, so so an indie game studio did an internal game jam to have the people who were in the studio create games. This is the only game that we're probably interested in playing from them, but it's probably the only one we're gonna play today. 2D anime comedy gay LGBT mystery point and click Yuri. Hmm. I'm also I'm soaking up like a sponge all the little things from visual novels recently since we want to make our own soon. Damn, I'm such a loser. I keep losing my phone. And I just wanted to make sure I posted about actually streaming. We don't tend to post to or we don't put as much effort into like doing stream announcements on Twitter, but we try to still do them on Blue Sky. And of course, our beautiful server. It says it's running, but I don't even see it crawling. Ichio's Ichio's launcher is so fucking garbage sometimes, not gonna lie. Damn, I was really hoping it had dyslexic font. I love dyslexic font, it helps me. Oh, there's voices. I wonder how voice acted this is. Damn, I'm fucking washed out. 14? Oh, there's 14 Yaoi Paddle videos when you search on the internet. Oh my god. Sorry. Oh my god. Good morning. Grayson, Grayson, Grayson. Buddy, I need you to calm down, okay? Think this over. No, I'm done, Stella. I'm done. It's just one more day. You can do one more day, right? No, absolutely not. Not another day, not an hour, not another minute. Hell, if I have to spend another second navigating that disaster zone, I'm gonna lose my shit. I'll go full Caleb. That's a little extreme, don't you think? What happened with Caleb this morning was completely avoidable. Yes, it was, and that's why I'm doing this. If I'm gonna have a nervous breakdown, I'm gonna have it on my own terms, not in the middle of the atrium where everyone can see me. What's that supposed to mean? I'm checking myself out. You can't be serious. Oh, I'm sorry. Do I sound like a clown on the other end of the line? Are you just picking up squeaks and honks? Please reconsider, I'm begging you. I'm already at the hospital. Oh my god, Grayson, please! Once I hand my phone over to a nurse, I'm on hold for 3 days. Do you understand me? Come on! This is the second year we've done this con! And Kaylee says if we make it to year 3, she'll salary us! And you actually believe her? Insurance! Stability! Kaylee has no business running a convention, let alone a payroll. You know this as well as I do. How she even managed to score the Philly Roll sponsorship is beyond me. But she did it. And yet somehow this still isn't worth it. He's right. God, he's so right. I can't do this, Grayson. Everything's on fire. You're down, Caleb's down, we're over capacity and understaffed. How the volunteers didn't even show up today, man? I'm sorry. The fire marshal has been here twice already. Twice! You should hear the last voicemail hotel management left. I wouldn't say that shit to my worst enemy. You should be handling this. I'm just a guest coordinator, for God's sakes. To the extent my skill set is shoddy Kago and keeping repressed voice actors from getting too drunk. Please don't leave me. You're on your own, Stella. Good luck and goodbye. That's insane how Stella just begged Grayson to come to the con even though they are fucking 5150ing themselves. That's insane to me. Also, that whole dialogue is something that legitimately believable from my experience with cons and what I know about cons and shit, especially like small cons. Whoo, you could be on thin ice real easy. What's up, Fizzle? How's it going? No! He hung up. He's gone. Oh shit, I can advance on my controller? Oh, gosh. If you're gonna play any visual novel dev who wants to get into my good graces, make your game advanceable with controller, and I'll love you forever. I'm alone. What do I even do? I'm gonna cry. I'm seriously gonna cry. Slam. Even this cold, cold desk against my sweaty, sweaty face offers more support than my coworkers. I want my girlfriend. Cold as fuck here as a result. My whole body is screaming. Cold as fuck? I hope that is not permanent. I mean, I'm a little cold. I threw on some more. I threw on a Kigu. And sometimes a blanket helps, but like, I don't know if you have you've been having heating issues or something like that. I mean, I'm sure there's always something to be critical about. You know, there's a lot of people who's struggling in a lot of ways. And shit, our radiator barely works. I'm definitely cold right now because I'm not getting heat from our radiator. We live in an old house. But I hope you can stay snuggled up at the very least. I'm clearing my keyboard right now. I was saying hi in 1337 speak. What does 1337 mean? Do you mean like the year 1337 or something else? Well, will keep me from jumping off the metaphorical cliff. The literal one too! She's always just a text message away. Okay, so she's like the hints and stuff. Me too. Babe, I want to smoke so bad. Even just seeing the 3 dots showing that she's typing is enough to cheer me up just a little. Nope, you promised. Have a sucker. Fine. 2 weeks in and it hasn't gotten easier. Why can't I wait until after the count is over? Oh, she quit cigarettes. Well, actually I don't know if it's quit cigarettes or quit weed. But she quit something. Did you get one? Yeah, it's lime. I hate lime. Good girl. Even if it's for her, I'll absolutely destroy 1,000 lime suckers. I don't even care. This time we'll find the molecular core of a Tootsie Roll Pop if she so demands it. Why are you so sad right now? What's going on? Caleb had a nervous breakdown. And Grayson just checked himself into the hospital? Oh my god. Who's gonna do their jobs? Damn, I love her outfit. No way. Please kill me. Come on now. Oh, come home now and I'll kiss you. I can't. Everything is falling apart and someone needs to keep it together. What about Kaylee? Let her deal with it. She's literally taking advantage of you. And I just got an email today from Age of Kingdoms. They're gonna sponsor my streams for like the next 2 weeks! Speak of the devil, it's Kaylee. Oh, a character who's a streamer that I'm supposed to not like. Interesting, interesting. Leet speak. What kind of nerd are you? Lolican Otaku? Oh my god, that's so exciting! But you so deserve it! We should totally collab sometime! And a bunch of other orbiters who definitely should not be here. Great, awesome. Oh, and actually, I only collab with people who have at least 50 consistent viewers, so yeah. I'll touch you later, babe. She's here. Ah, Stell! Testing your AI girlfriend again? She's not AI. I live with her. We have a cat. We're thinking about getting another one. Right. ChatGPT is getting so convincing now. I keep telling her she loved Mystic Messenger, but she never plays it. Real. I can hear you, you know. And all of you can't be here. Get. Oh, actually, we're industry, sweetie. See the badges? Yes, I was the one who handed them to you at pickup. Oh. Yes, I was the one who handed them to you at pickup. Get the fuck out. You heard me, get! Wow, I thought you were a girl's girl. Guess not. Slam. I just ran into them like 2 minutes ago. I was gonna ask them to get full with me. Or for me, at least. Where have you been? I've been trying to radio you for hours. For real? On what? The walkie-talkie! The one you're wearing! Oh, that. It's super cute in business core, but I hate the sounds it makes. It's all staticky and going off at random times. That is what walkie-talkies do, yes. Next time, just text me on my phone. Don't call though. Gross. I should have guessed. She's only on it all the time. Even right now, as we speak. Do you like the new charm I put on it? I got it at on the Elon booth. Super cute, right? It's loose. You don't need to tie it. Just say it's cute! You're so bright this year. Not even in a fun way. Not like it's summer. Deep breath, Stella. Deep breaths. She's young. She doesn't know better. You're oldish and a veteran of 1,000 convention wars. Just tell her what's going on. Kaylee. Boss. We have a couple of ongoing situations at the moment. I know, right? Did you see the line at the Yowie booth? Someone should really be managing that. That is definitely one of them, but I am talking... Kaylee, please get off your phone. I am talking about Grayson right now, okay? Oh yeah! Did you get that all settled? In a sense. Well, what's that mean? No hiding it. Time to deliver the bad news. He's in the hospital. Oh my god! Is he back yet? Great to know where your priorities are, boss. No, he's not going to be. He quit. What? No way! No way! No way! Me too, Kaylee. Me too. That's so messed up. Super unprofessional. Well, it was for his health, so there is that. I'm revoking his mod privileges. I don't even care. So useless. It can't be helped now. We just have to figure out things from here. Starting with the hotel manager. He's not happy. I think you need to talk to him. Huh? Why me? Because I don't get paid enough for this. I don't get paid at all. With all due respect, you are the event organizer. If things keep going the way they are, on top of the outstanding amount we owe them, we could be held liable. So annoying. It's all about the money. Like, I get it, but Philly said they'll handle it. So also, like, I don't like care. That's why we have a sponsor. God help me, she is not getting it. Kaylee, honey, I know this is only your second time putting on a con, and that there's no way any of us could have expected attendance to double in a year, but it's getting really dire out there. If we can't right this ship, then this whole thing could very well capsize. They'll be making entire video essays commemorating our arrogance. I don't really think you need to be taking... I do think you need to be taking this a bit more seriously. Stella, we've been over this so many times. A zillion celebs and Graysons could drop out and I still wouldn't be worried. Oh, a million Calebs and Graysons could drop and I still wouldn't be worried. I understand that, but... And you wanna know why? Why? Because I have you! No matter what happens, I know you'll always be there to fix it. I appreciate that, but it's really getting to be too much. The tech issues, the staff shortage, all the vendors selling AI art in the exhibitors hall this year. I'm not sure I can make much more of this, Kaylee. Sure you can. I know you can. Who is it that booked Takashi and Leo last year? Me. And when Fijioni Livers couldn't connect to the client who had the idea to use PNGs for the concert. Oh, I said livers. It's supposed to be livers. That was me too. Even though it wasn't my department last year either. See, you're worth more than quitters like Grayson. Yuck. Calming down some fussy hotel manager should be essential for you. Oh god, I really don't know. I'm doing so much already. You know, this year is super duper important to me, especially tonight. The Yuri panel, right. With Dandelion? Exactly! Getting a huge cosplayer like Dandelion to host is a huge gift for us. Plus, she's bringing her GF along to help too, and she's like a sort of big YouTuber. 2 famous lesbians for the lesbian panel? Hello, goals. You know? Yeah, but It's at the same time as a cosplay competition, and there's already people lining up for that. I looked at the list earlier, and I guess Dandy signed up to enter. How is she supposed to participate and host a panel in a separate room simultaneously? Sorry babes, can't be helped. I had to switch the times for the competition and my immortal reading super last minute. Dandy is gorgeous, like so gorgeous. I've loved her work for years, so working with her is such an exciting opportunity. Is she talking to me or is she answering a question sent with a super chat? But at some point, she'll have to decide if she wants to be another Twitter cosplay girly or if she wants to be an actual influencer. I had to make the sacrifice and now I run my own convention. I'm like way better off. I wouldn't exactly call what you're doing running a convention. Sounds like we're making more problems for ourselves. Stella, come on! I really need you to be a team player right now. No, I will not be guilt tripped. You're like a big sister to me, and I really want you to be part of this. Like a big sister? Really? You actually think that? Yeah, that's why I rely on you so much. This kind of needs you. Don't say that. And honestly, I do too. Don't say that either! Please, Stella? I'm having so many feelings. I could definitely be manipulated by being called Big Sis in the right way. Man, why does she have to be like this? But is it really any different than how I used to be 10 years ago? A dozen years ago? 15? Tomorrow will mostly be teardown, so really, if you think about it sideways, this is the last day of the convention. What's one more day? You're making this exceedingly hard for me, you know that? Is it working? Fine, you've got me, okay? You've got me. Sorry, I messed up on that one. Wait, I might need to drink some water to... Ah! Oh Christ, my ears. Sweet baby Miku, my ears. You're so real for this, bestie! Come again? What did she just say? This next year we're gonna be laughing about this over sashimi at Kusakabe. I'd rather be laughing about this in a big bed with my girlfriend. Totally glad to help. Death is an option. Death is always an option. Guess I'll get started on the email then. Hopefully I can smooth things out with the manager. Oh, actually? Oh no. It's nothing serious. I don't believe you. No, I swear! Actually has to do with a guest. So it's totally in your wheelhouse. A guest? Like an actual guest? I need someone to actually know how to handle. Who is it? It's Dandy, actually. While I was walking over here, one of the tech guys said she was late for setting up. Sound check, making sure the slideshow works, that sort of thing. That's odd. Was her girlfriend there? Uh-huh. She was grumbling and untangling wires. Apparently Dandy's a big fan of her beauty sleep. Low-key relatable, though. She's in room 419. If you go up there and wake her up, you'll be my favorite person in the whole world. At this point, I already should be. Fine, you'll be my favorite person in every world. Can you go do it, please? All this stress is starting to give me a headache. You're telling me. Alright, I'll knock on her door then. Tell her to get her butt down to the ballroom. Slay! Uh-huh, sure. Thank you, bestie! Love you! If it's not obvious, Becky, she hasn't quit because of the social pressure and liking Kaylee to some degree. I don't know if it's romantic or not, but queer friendships can be really Really entangling. And, I don't know, Stella seems like a bit of a people pleaser. I could imagine myself in her situation. Well, actually, I'd probably be more like Grayson. Well, it wouldn't be. I'm checking myself into a hospital because I don't assume that like checking myself in because I feel suicidal to a hospital is gonna really benefit me mental health wise. So I probably just go home. Why do I keep doing this? Free hugs! Anyone want a free hug? Saber! Hey! Saber! Hey! 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 Can I get a picture, Saber? Hey! What pose do you want? Free hugs right here! Seems like the atrium is lively as ever. Plant your sword in the ground! Like this? Yeah! Excuse me, can I get through? I had a bad day, please give me a hug! Every con I've ever attended or worked at has always had a central communal area. A convenient nexus in which everyone can gather and get into trouble before heading out to whatever it is they want to do. Unkai Expo is no different. On the easily accessible second level, right in the center of the hotel is the atrium. From here you can get to the panel and staff rooms, exhibitor hall, and elevators. Hold pose and... Wait, can you say, are you my master? No. Please, you're blocking... Anyone at all! It's also where the overpriced bar and grill is at. The hotel said no to the similarly overpriced food trucks this year. Unfortunately for the Bryant Regency, half of all weebs and the entirety of the remaining con staff are functional alcoholics, so everyone ends up eating and drinking here regardless. Please, I'm so lonely. Why won't anyone? Someone give me a hug. What about you're the bone of my sword, meows, meows, meows. You're the bone of my sword, meowster. Will you give me a hug? Gross? Gross? The hell is wrong with... Get out of my freaking way! Thank you, have a nice con. Luna saved me. It should be illegal for you to commit assault. You're so right, babe. Now have another sucker. Let's see. The flavor this time is grape. What an improvement over life. Life is okay. I get on. I can go on living. Maybe I don't have to commit assault. Alright, point and click. Because murder mystery. Someone please fix the elevators. It should be considered a war crime not to take the stairs during a con. I don't care about getting my steps in. My feet hurt! Ding! Oh crap. The elevator! Wait! Hold it open! Hold it open! Oh, sorry, this one's full. I can see you pushing the button! Just use your leg to... Keep it open. It left. Nothing is going right today. I don't even know why I tried. Guess I'll just have to wait for the next one. Several minutes later. God, it stinks in here. Do weebs just not shower? Why can't we hand out deodorant in the tote bags? Bing! Elevator! Move it, move it, move it! Out of the... My head. Senpai-chan. I'm sorry, I didn't see you there, ma'am. She must have come down from the upper floors. She's just staring. What do I do? Do I stare back? That would be, like, rude, wouldn't it? I feel like I have to, or she might eat me alive, though. She's kind of scary and tall and stern-looking in that well-pressed suit. And also kind of hot. Who said that? Stella. Yes, ma'am. Bing! And there goes the elevator. Where's Kaylee? I need to speak with her. I'm sorry? Kaylee, do you know where she is? I'm really sorry, but I can't understand anything you're saying. I need to speak to Kaylee. Do you know where she is? Destin. I need to speak to Kaylee. Do you know where she is? Destin? Oh! Kaylee. Why didn't you say so earlier? Why is she giving me that look? Was it something I said? Please don't bite my head off. Unless... No, gotta keep it together. She's in the staff room, ma'am. I was just there. I see. She just muttered something to herself, but I didn't catch it. I'm leaving now. Thanks for your help. What was that, ma'am? For the love of... Thank you very much for your help. It is appreciated. Desu? Oh, of course. Always happy to help. Please let me know if you need anything at all. It's the least we could do after the sponsorship. Whew, that was intense. Luna needs to know. Babe, guess what I just ran into at the con? A couple cosplaying Chisa Taki that you're gonna send me pics of? LMAO, no. Senpai-chan! From Philly Roll! What? You mean her voice actor? No, like the actual person! What? Sweetie, she's an anime girl, a company mascot. Yeah, but she's an actual person too. How does that work? No idea, but she's Philly Roll's COO and she's all business. I met her at the staff meeting day 0 for a few minutes, but seeing her walking amongst us is crazy. Her face is plastered on all of the con's promo material. I can't take a single step without seeing her face on something. It's so surreal. Hasn't Philly been in trouble lately though? Yeah, there's been some controversy lately over how much they pay their translators. Someone who used to work for them got on Spitter a few weeks ago talking about how translators only got like $100 per episode. That's so low. How does anyone like make a living? I think they just don't. Well, they're the biggest anime licensor and distributor in the country. You'd think they'd be able to afford it. Yeah, it sucks, but I'm sure there's a lot more to it that we're just not privy to. My girlfriend, the optimist. I'm really not. For better or for worse, Philly Roll's our sponsor. I'm not even sure how this con would look without them. Probably even more chaotic. Bing. For now, though, I need to get dandy. Bing. 4th floor. Judging from the pulse... Oh, that's music? I thought it was like the elevator breaking. Judging from the pulsating music seeping through the walls, this is also the party floor. I'm assuming it's the daytime, so it's interesting to see people on the party floor on this day. I would assume this is like the Saturday or the Sunday, depending on like how the con is. Some cons go like they might start Friday and then Sunday. But more cons have been going like 4 days, like maybe starting Thursday and ending Sunday, or even starting Friday and ending Monday. We've even been to a con once that ended like Tuesday morning. So it's just weird to think of someone partying at like daylight hours, well, I'm assuming it would be fairly early, on like the prime day. Like, cause this is the biggest day of the con, for sure. As it would be for most cons. It always turns out this way. Whatever floor we stash the guests and industry people is the floor that turns into a non-stop rager. And once the sun goes down, let's just say the nerds are like werewolves, mild-mannered during the day but capable of unspeakable acts of degeneracy and endurance when the moon is just right. The things I've seen would make another shudder, and had I been sober, I'm sure I would have cried. Now let's see where Dandy's room is. 419, 419. Tosanaki sensu sanani wa name wo tsukiyo wo slone hanantan. Sounds like 416 is having a good time. Oh, 419. I'm jealous she got a room so close to the elevator. It takes me 3 minutes of walking to get to mine. Well, no sense delaying it. Time to give Sleeping Beauty a wake-up call. Miss Dandy, it's me, Stella, the guest coordinator. You're needed in the grand ballroom. Okay. Man, knocking on hotel room doors really is half the job. Miss Dandy! Whoa. The door opened. Did her girlfriend forget to close it on her way out? Miss Dandy? Still no answer. I had to invade a guest's privacy, but we're already running short on time here. Pardon me, but the door was open. I'm coming in, okay? Ugh, humid. That sounds like running water? Maybe she's in the shower? I'm just gonna cover my face a little, poke my head in to check. Miss Dandy? I'll just take a little peek to make sure. Huh? It's empty. Maybe she turned on the shower and fell back asleep? I've done that before. Miss Dandy, are you still in bed? If you need a few more minutes to get ready, I can just wait out and... Miss Dandy? My knees will feel weak. I'm on the floor. How did I get there? Blood. There's so much blood. It's Dandy. Her body lies crumpled on the floor, face down, ass up. Deep crimson leaks from her exposed skull, mixing with viscera and flesh. Oh my god. My voice goes hoarse. In compulsion to scream for help is suffocated by the peeling dryness in my throat. The shower hisses as the world spins. Steam drifts into the hotel room. A pink wig has slipped halfway off of her head, offering a glimpse of her wavy brown hair. Her dress, similarly pink and accented with lavender, has sponged up much of the blood. It streams down her pale face, drip by drip. It falls into the growing puddle around her. Miss Dandy, are you okay? God, of course you aren't. Dead? Our headline cosplayer is undoubtedly dead. How does someone this young die? This doesn't look like an accident. Meat falls from her head and plonks onto the carpet. I think there might have been foul play. Oh god, 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 oh god! Ah! My heart begins to rev like a car at the start of a race. What do I do? 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 I need to tell Kaylee. I need to tell Kaylee. Bzzz. Kaylee, it's Stella. We have a situation. Bzzz. You're the most useless event organizer in history! She runs a con and doesn't use her own fucking walkie-talkie. Cell phone, cell phone, cell phone, cell phone. Ring, ring. Hey babes, did you take care of the thing? Get to room 419. Oh, but one of my followers is bringing me boba. He's like such a simp. Now! Beep. I had to hang up. If I talked to you any longer, I would lose my cool more than I already had. Why can't anything go right this weekend? Yeah, but if they close the con early, they'll lose money. There's no way Kaylee will be down for that. Ah! Kaylee? Ah! 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 I need you to... Kaylee? I cover her mouth. Stop. Are you trying to alert the whole floor? We're lucky the music in the other rooms is so loud. Oh damn, I thought she slapped her. Now I'm gonna take my hand off of your mouth. And when I do, Promise not to scream. Okay. Oh my god! What the frick happened? I think it kind of speaks for itself, boss. Okay, but like, why? And like, who? And like, what? I don't know. The door was open, so I just came in and she was like this. Wait. The door was open? Yeah, no clue why. Probably because of whoever did this, I guess. Why? Oh, why? Ugh! Cause it's scary. If there's some freaking killer going around, I need someone to be like with me, like all the time. Fortunately for you, there's an army of orbiters at your beck and call that you can summon at any given time. This is like so unfair. I know she was only a few years older than you. Oh, I know she was only a few years older than you. It's tragic. No, I mean, look at her cosplay! She's super pretty in it! Some people get all the love. Well, she's super dead in it right now. Who is she cosplaying anyway? That's Melanie. So you're Elon's mascot? They make Yuri games. Oh yeah. I play Please Be Happy with my girlfriend. She's pretty obsessed with that Fox girl. Oh shit! It's this is a reference to the games the actual studio made. We still have been meaning to play Please Be Happy. It's a very good. We played the demo. It was very good. It has lots of Yuri and a vampire and a Fox girl and Australia apparently. No. New Zealand. Of course you did, babes. She's real! We need to call the police. What? Shh. If she gets any louder, I think Danny might wake up. Why? We can't just not report a murder, Kaylee. But her insurance. Come again? Our event insurance, Stella, it's already super high because of the ball pit incident last year. I can't believe an adult person would do that in a ball pit. And I equally can't believe another 8 adult people would slip on it and break something. It was a bloodbath. Since when have you been concerned about money? You were just telling me that you didn't care about that stuff at all because that's what sponsors are for. Even Philly has its limits, Stella Bell. I'm going to gag. Only my girlfriend and mommy have ever called me that. And my mother called me that a few times growing up too. Oh my god! I love that! Wait, is that a... Oh no, sorry. It's saving slots. I was like, oh, is that for saving a... Is that for saving like a screenshot? I don't know why my brain went there. Probably because I really want to screenshot this. I mean, I was feeling really weird about the fact that I totally, with the power of art that I have recently attained, want to draw Kaylee being babied by Stella. Like, a lot. And I'm like, oh man, if the devs see that, they might get mad at me and be like, oh, this degenerate. And it's like, they're queer, obviously. But also, when your main character has a girlfriend and a mommy, I think I don't have to worry too much about me drawing ADBL fan art of these characters. Although, the fact that Stella definitely has some subbiness, and probably is a sub in general. I mean, she could be a switch, but I have the feeling that that she's the type of person who, like, might use kink, or in this case, age play, as a way to de-stress from, like, the high-octane life that she lives. I say high-octane like she's like a stunt driver, though. This con shenanigans was kind of intense way before murder got involved. Um, and shit, I wasn't sure how to take some of the moments, especially with her and Kaylee just now or in the beginning, considering I didn't know if she was monogamous or not. And there's a chance that she means my mommy girlfriend, but I think that they would maybe phrase it differently if the mommy and the girlfriend were the same person. I mean, they even made a point to say that my mother called me that growing up, making a specific distinction between mother and mommy, which, you know, is useful for us all. But at the same time, she definitely is letting Kylie walk all over her, not necessarily just because of being a boss, but because of having some affinity towards her, whatever that is. And I'm pretty sure she's gonna let this nickname slide. Cellbell. That is a cute nickname. Like, oh my god. If my chosen name was Stella, I would totally do that. Although we do need to change our legal name again at some point. Yeah, but we all have to agree on it, which is the problem. It probably won't be Stella. It'll probably be something way more esoteric and like not super gendered. Millennials in their 30 core hurts me so bad. Why? I love millennials in their 30s core. It's the shit. Although I guess that, like, my path has been different than yours, obviously. I'm not gonna lie, my first reaction will be, oh well, I guess we have to cancel the con now. I mean, I think that's actually the reasonable approach. But you can't afford to be reasonable under capitalism. Since when have you been concerned about money? You were just telling me that you don't care about that stuff at all because of what that's what the sponsors are for. Even Philly has its limits, Stelbell. Ugh, I'm gonna gag. Only my girlfriend and mommy have called me that. My mother called me that a few times growing up too. Senpai would never ever accept it. They'd totally pull out of next year. I wouldn't be able to salary anyone. No salary? Or health insurance? Or health insurance. I want you guys to have dental too. You did? That would be nice. I've never had insurance that covered dental before. Maybe I could finally get braces. No! This character is just like me for real! I want braces too! How much of a loser do you have to be to want braces? Does anyone remember that show Brace Face? I watched it and legitimately was like, oh my gosh, she's so cute with braces. I wish I could be cute like that. And I mean, at one point, I almost wrote it off as, oh, I just wanted to be a cute white blonde girl, apparently. And I was like, no, I mean, wanted approximation to girl, sure. But braces? Braces rock. To me, braces are peak aesthetic. And I am not at all ashamed to admit that I have wanted braces we have wanted braces since our body being about 12, at least. Oh, sorry, 12 at most, I guess. It could have been younger. And it was always for reasons that had nothing to do with dental care. Though we could benefit from braces. My midlife crisis hit a few months ago, I guess. Oh! You know what's perfect for a midlife crisis? Diapers. But I guess that's off the table now, huh? We don't really have a choice here. What are we gonna do? Just leave her here? No, we can't! Just until the con ends tomorrow. Then what? We call up the hotel and go. Ooh, Mr. Manager, I guess hasn't been seen in forever. Please help. Then bam. They deal with her. Con's over. Didn't happen on our watch. On type of quite possibly being the most immoral thing I've ever heard, it would never work. And why not? Her girlfriend, for one, nothing is stopping her from coming up here and bearing witness to her partner's rotting corpse. We'll get her a new room. We can't just not tell her. And why not? Because if I was brutally murdered, I'd want my girlfriend to know. Yeah, but like, you're single. I'm not backing down on this, Kaylee. You tell her then. Who? The girlfriend! God, keep up. I would feel a lot better if we told her, but we can't just sweep this under the rug. Babes, I'm not saying we do that, like, at all. Just that we wait a little. We have a chance to really build a life for ourselves, sis. Do something we're actually good at. And I don't know about you, but all this con stuff, it's the only thing I've ever been good at. I stream a lot, but even that's really mid. Kaylee looks like she's about to cry. I've never seen her get so close before. That makes me feel awful. For all of us. For Kaylee, because she's just a dumb kid trying her best and sucking at it. For all of us staff who are just trying to hold this jalopy together. For Dandy, because she's dead, it's probably not very fun. I'm gonna regret this. I'm really gonna regret this. You don't mean... Don't say it. I might change my mind if you do. Just let me handle the logistics of this, I guess. I'll let the girlfriend know and try to get some of this sorted out. Maybe I can get an idea of how this happened too. If the person who did this is attending the con, then we have a real problem on our hands. I hadn't even thought of that. Yeah, I know. Same old story, just new set dressing. Damn it, I can't you go E. I can't just elongate an E for that. Ah! I am a voice acting failure. Ah! Come here, you! Squeezing too tight. I knew I could count on my big sis. This is the last time I'm doing anything like this, Kaylee. I meant it. You owe me for this. Of course, babes. We'll do Korean barbecue sometime. It'll be so much fun. I don't think she'll ever fully internalize just how much I stick my neck out for her. Well, I'll leave you to it then. I know it's super hard work, but I totally trust you. You know how to reach me if you need anything. Walkie-talkie? Gross. No. Cell phone, duh. Oh, how silly of me to assume anything otherwise. Good luck and have fun, you two. Make sure to keep each other company. Not funny. Sure it is. Bye. That was some top tier level what's that thing called? Charisma stat. Winning on Kaylee's part. She rolled a fucking nat 20. Hey Evie, how's it going? We're playing Yuri Paddle, a murder mystery that takes place at an anime convention that should have ended when we discovered the body, but because we don't want the con to end early so it doesn't fuck with the sponsor and we can maybe make a living wage next year for the con, we're not. And we're gonna try to figure out who the murderer is ourselves. And, you know, only wait to orchestrate someone else finding the body once the con is over, so it doesn't reflect badly on us. Because that's the way that capitalism has made us consider morality, or lack thereof. Well, I hope it's not too stressful to be in the waking world now. I know when I have a nightmare, I don't necessarily want to go back to sleep, but sometimes it feels like the rest of the world is still screaming. Make sure to take care of yourself though. Get some water or some food, maybe cuddle a plushie. Ooh, excuse me. I don't know what your particular soothing plan is. My eyes drift over to Dandy's stiff corpse, toppled over in permanent indignity. I didn't really know her per se, but I sure knew of her. It was never uncommon for clips of her or posts she made to make the rounds on social media. She wasn't just well known amongst cosplayers, but among fans and industry folks too. I must have been to a dozen of cons over the past few years where I saw her in passing, working the booths for companies like Nice Smile and Kimiichi, all dressed up as whoever was a seasonal waifu at the time. She was always so graceful, so peppy. How can a light like that be snuffed out? And so young too. Young enough to not even reach the prime of her life yet. Her jaw hangs open, her head is split open, all in some glittery pastel cosplay. It feels like such a mockery of what drew people to her, of her whole existence. It's unjust and it's cruel, and the fact such brazen cruelty happened here, where people should be celebrating their hobbies and friends they've made through them, makes me sick to my stomach. Something really bad just happened. Are you safe? Yeah, I am. But one of the con's guests was just unalived. The fuck? Who was it? What happened? Cosplayer, Dandelion P. Looking at the body right now. Pretty sure foul play was involved. No way! Babe, this con is cursed. I'm really worried. Please call me. I can't right now. I'll touch you soon. Have to figure some things out. That was the stupidest thing Stella did so far. Cause it might not become an issue in the scope of the story, but even best case scenario for what's transpiring, she could be tried for conspiracy to conceal murder. Sorry, I was born from the loins of a lawyer, unfortunately. And that's, you don't want that. Although it seems that they're using some messenger app, maybe Discord. Discord would be the obvious thought, though there are things like Signal that are actually encrypted, and you know your logs you can make your logs deletable after a certain time, which would make conversations like this actually possible without so much of a worry of phone records and stuff. But of course, I guess technically speaking, best case scenario, if the con staff are at the end of this are assumed to not be involved by the authorities, they'd have no reason to check phone records or app messenger records. So if they don't get caught doing what they're doing, then it might work out. But if I'm actually gonna try to find the murderer, it kind of compromises that, doesn't it? Oh, I'm so glad I can use controller for this. Man, this is not getting any easier to look at. I'm lucky I haven't eaten in 2 days or I might have puked my guts out. Still, for a room the couple was staying in, so much of it just feels off. It's probably just worth taking a picture with my phone as a reference point just in case. Might be useful. Photo of Dandy. I can't, I have no way to explain how taking a picture of the dead body that you're eventually gonna say that you didn't know about is a good idea. Well, hello there. This little plushie is adorable. She's such a cute little fox girl. I think her name is Miho? She's from a visual novel called Please Be Happy. I played it with my girlfriend. Huh? She's kind of puntable. Like, she's cute, but for some reason, I want to take out all my aggression on her. What kind of dark magic is this? I won't though. This plushie is heavier than I would have guessed. It might hurt my toes. Meow! That's the main character from the aforementioned visual novel. What's this? It's kind of hidden. No freaking way! It can't be! A Yuri Paddle? I haven't seen one of these things in years. They used to be everywhere at conventions. Always with something written on them, like Yaoi or Yuri. 15 years ago, these things were inescapable. Nowadays, they're pretty much banned at every con. Too many people are getting swatted with them as a prank. I myself have gotten swatted a few times. They were causing severe injuries, though the occasional love pat never bothered me, but it's probably better this way. I should probably take a closer look at it when I have the time. Oh, and it has blood on it! Why didn't you mention that? What the fuck? Oh, that's the murder weapon! You ever notice how everyone you admire is younger than you now? Okay, I just wanted one. I'll stop now. I don't know what VTuber you think you're watching, but I'm not gonna tell you to just shove and repress your emotions. Especially because they're emotions that other people could be feeling. When you talk about something, sometimes it's echoed in the people around you. Shit, I know what you mean, although to some degree I guess, I don't know if it will be humbled, maybe it's the opposite of humbled? Okay, like, for example, I used to be like, oh man, if I only started doing like content and doing it seriously earlier in life, I'd be so much farther. I'd be so much more successful. And by that measure, especially in terms of like quote-unquote influencers or VTubers, streamers, or what have you, like, yeah, like that is actually very common. I remember the one of the first times I thought about it was Bo Burnham, who got his start like making silly silly and edgy like comedy songs on YouTube. And I think the first YouTube video we ever posted on the website ever was when like we were 18. I think it was literally on our 18th birthday at that. And although someone like Bo Burnham would say if you can live without an audience, don't. It's easy to say that when you have financial security. And you get to, you know, pursue your passion. And there's a dark side to everything, right? But, and I mean, I that came in stark reality when I worked at a movie theater in LA, which I went to try to do some filmmaking stuff, but inadvertently I kind of wasn't able to do it because I was too busy trying to survive. And the people who even were willing to like act in a film that I wanted to make while I was out there, literally we could never get everyone like all in the same room. Everyone was too busy, which could be a problem even nowadays. But like, it was really stark to me and really painful. And so one day, Bo Burnham is ordering a fucking slushie and popcorn from me. And I am trying not to vomit on him. Because what the fuck? It's so cool that he's here, right? And, you know, as he walks away, it just reminded that, you know, I'm on that side of the counter and will die a wage slave. And as much as he suffered, and I mean, he did suffer, don't get me wrong, in like his pursuit of his dream, he's able to take years off of a hiatus and be completely secure. We went on a 4-month hiatus and knew it was good for us, but financially regretted it. And Bo Burnham is like, I think like 5 years younger than us. And then more recently, there was Mr. Beast. But on the flip side, Mr. Beast wasn't chasing necessarily a passion. I think Mr. Beast was actually chasing a like an urge, a desire to be seen. He literally wants to be the best on YouTube, be the most watched channel, and he achieved that. Doesn't mean much. He hurt a lot of people in the process, and you know, is now coming out just how much damage he's actually done. And that's one of those times where I was like, oh, actually, I'm glad I'm not like Mr. Beast. I'm glad I didn't, from the moment I recognized that YouTube was a cool thing, that I didn't try to like make my entire life surrounded by it. In fact, nowadays I go, what would Mr. Beast do when I'm thinking about like content creation? And then when I figure out what is something Mr. Beast would do, I do not that. It's like, Mr. Beast is a great cautionary tale in that regard. And in terms of like, but in terms of like someone like VTubers like Bungo Tiger, for example, someone who is definitely younger than us, and is definitely someone who like became like known and successful in a much shorter period of time than us, even though we started streaming like essentially around the same time. And you know, I've come to look up to Tyga, and that happened. And I mean, there's a lot of other people that I've brushed shoulders with, or become friends with in the space, and most of them are younger than me. Actually, most people I know personally are younger than me, even by a little bit. I can think of like maybe 2 people that I know like 3 people that I know in my friend circles there are especially older than me. And one of them is my girlfriend that I call Big Sis. And I'm totally normal about. But I come to realize that you can be like what you want to be at any age, and that although it does suck when you go, damn, I'm looking up to someone who's younger than me, meaning that I can never be like them, that is kind of a false premise, you know? The old school reference I always use to remind myself that, you know, it's not too late, other than I watched the TV glow, which is its own thing, but you could use the allegory of, you know, it's not too late for anything, not just like gender transition. Well, Samuel L. Jackson. Samuel L. Jackson is a very, you know, prolific actor. He's known and celebrated. And unlike a lot of other, especially like, you know, aging actors getting into their twilight years, he didn't start into the film industry till he was 40. Which means we have approximately 8 years to catch up to Samuel L. Jackson, apparently. But I also don't want to set my goals to be approximate of where a different person is at, because everyone's in a different place. Though I know it's hard, and I know that there's people who look up to me, and I don't know how to feel about that. Hey, Song, but I'm doing my best, and I guess in the same way that I try not to get too hung up on like younger people doing better than me, I try to extend that same grace backwards to people who may look at me and go, Damn, I wish I was like Fluff Bite. I wish I could pee my pants anytime I wanted. I wish I had like 5 girlfriends. Boo. A con badge. We hand those out to people who are attending the convention. This has Dandy's name on it, so it must be hers. Regular attendees, industry guests, and staff all have to go to badge pickup and wear them throughout the whole event. Not the staff actually checks very often. Truthfully, I probably wouldn't think twice if I saw someone not wearing a badge. I should probably be more observant. Aw, her badge is so cute! Oh, the little please be happy tag. I love the little tags you can hang on them. They can get really long. I've literally seen someone collect enough of those little tags where they droop to the floor. When I say tags, the bottom of the badge, the little like ruffle ribbon looking things, those are basically stickers that you stick onto the badge. Sometimes they're useful. I remember when I first started seeing them at cons, they were overwhelmingly for identity labels, like pronouns and stuff. But now it can encompass that. It can encompass fandoms you're a part of. It can really be anything. I've even seen, some that are like, 420 friendly or something like that. I don't know if you know this, but a lot of people go to anime or furry conventions and get hella inebriated. I think that's all I'll be able to find here. Time to break the bad news. Love having all the GF. Sometimes I feel like I play Pokemon with cute puppy girls. I mean, you can actually do that too. There's a Pokemon mod where all the Pokemon are actually girls in Pokemon cosplay. I'm glad I made you feel a little bit better, Specchio. I wasn't sure, cause I know that there's always the easy for you to say, like in the way that I had just said about Bo Burnham. Speaking of drugs, time to pop a little gummy. What am I good at? Making people feel better? Sure, I sure fucking hope so. Imagine being a VTuber that prides themselves on making people feel worse. Actually, that could be a brand. That could be an interesting brand. Not gonna lie. I might make an anonymous side VTuber account. Hey, I'm back. You good? Yeah, I guess. I'm about to tell Dandy GF what happened. Oof. This sucks so hard. Why does it have to be you? You have like a million other things to do already. The rest of the con should be canceled, to be honest. I'm the guest coordinator. Dandy was a guest, and their girlfriend technically is too. That's dumb. It's my job. Whatever. I love you. I'm just scared. Be careful, baby. Is this thing broken? Excuse me, is this microphone broken? What a clown show. None of these serfs want to work anymore. These serfs want to work anymore. This fucking visual novel is very of the time. I said the microphone is broken! Ah! Sounds like it's working to me, judging from that speaker feedback. It was turned off. Well, I thought that was... Well... Why? I thought this was a sound check. It doesn't make sense to have a microphone off for sound check. That's pretty illogical. Listen, we already checked it earlier. It doesn't have to be on. Well, someone's getting emotional. That hurt you with those snowflake feelings. Oh, fuck. She's a fucking, she's an anti-SJW. She's an anti-SJW. I already am an evil VTuber that, insults you. What do you even mean? Okay, I'm not an evil VTuber that insults you, but I am a VTuber that insults you, but only if you want it. Oh, there's my phone. It was stacked on my manga that I've been meaning to read. I need to open up. Yeah. I can't be like, oh yeah, I'm a VTuber that insults people and not leave my and not leave something up for me to make sure I know when someone asks for a tsundere compliment. Hopefully I'm in a better quippy state of mind, because we've been struggling with having some good tsundere compliments lately. But like to play a mean VTuber like completely for like that being the thing, that does sound really cute. You can keep living in your fantasy delusions, but the facts are facts, and the fact is, this is a sound check. Hey Michael, how are things down here? Remember that pat we made? Yeah? Let's do it. There's life after Onkai, Michael. If this is what life has to offer, I don't want to be here. Morale continues to be high, I see. That the person hosting the Yuri panel tonight? One of them. Did you know her handle is femcel theory? Please be joking. Does she even qualify as a femcel? She has a girlfriend. She's one in spirit, trust me. God damn it, now I have to stop again. Okay, so we're gonna talk about femcels real quick. So, femcels you would assume would just be female incels, women who are involuntarily celibate, right? But because of the culture we live in, there is some nuance there. Because, well, like the general incel culture is very anti-woman, and so the culture that incels have created is kind of rejects the idea of a female incel, in the sense that they believe that women are hypergamous and, you know, only like date or sexually fraternize with people who can get them something, especially in terms of like money. God, I know way too much about incels. But I mean, honestly, incels are kind of culty. They have a lot of culty thinking, I think. And although I don't think I've ever identified literally as an incel, I feel like incel culture naturally was birthed out of like nice guy culture. Because the thinking is basically that of a disgruntled nice guy. It's like nice guy black-pilled. Not to say that nice guy culture was very nice in the first place. But because of that, there is a sort of hostility towards women who identify as incels. Now, there's a lot of reasons why a woman could be an incel, though generally a lot of people who identify in the femcel label don't identify as femcels in terms of not being able to get like sex. A lot of times it's being able to get sex but not being able to get romance is one such like type of femcel. And then there's also, like the Michael the Tech guy said, there's like a femcel in spirit, which is kind of like if you've seen like girl failure memes, like stuff with like Kobeni from Chainsaw Man and stuff like that, it kind of gets at it. It's like there's like a not like other girls edge to it, but there's also like a not fitting in with the expectations of womanhood that would presumably reward you with a partner or respect, you know. So it's multifaceted. Not everyone who might have a femcelly brand would be like the character we're about to really hate, and honestly I'm pretty sure it's a red herring. I don't think that she's the murderer, but I think that that she is going to give vibes that make me want her to be the murderer. I appreciate how this game doesn't spoon feed you every bit of nerd lore to understand the context. Because it gives me a chance to. Because I'm so smart. They would either need to be a cute bratty lily or a tall dominant woman to pull it off. Well, I mean, I guess for your taste specifically, Evie. I mean, I think that there are plenty of dairy types that a consistent insulting youth type VTuber could have. I mean, because I could think of VTubers that I've seen before that have that vibe, though they may not be a tsundere every second. That definitely don't fall within those two tropes, though good tropes they may be. It's okay to self-report your interests. You're just the way you are. Mice guy TM. If I advertise myself as available Dami, I could get so many. Quality versus quantity. Yes. Fuck, chat, you totally wiped my cache. Let's look at the log again. Isn't that the person hosting the Yuri panel tonight? One of them. Did you know her handle is femcel theory? Please be joking. Does she even qualify as a femcel? She has a girlfriend. She's one in spirit, trust me. Hope the other one is more normal. It hasn't shown up yet. Well, you see, she's not coming. Oh, word? I get it. If that was my girlfriend, I'd abandon ship too. Yeah. Oh Christ, something else blew up, didn't it? Take a little break. Can it be a long one? Yes. Okay, I'll be getting fucked up in the atrium if you need me. Godspeed. Guess I should break the bad news. Absurd. They call this a techno? Oh, team. Absurd. They call this a tech team? Bunch of glowing-eyed Zoomer NPCs. We're a country of serfs. Hello? What? Eee, she's not happy now. It's probably not gonna be much better when I inform her that her girlfriend is dead. My name is Stella. I'm the guest coordinator here at Onkai Expo. Why is she looking at me so closely? Jesus Christ. Is something wrong? Oh, is something wrong? Bleak, real bleak. I'm sorry? Yes, you should be. I wanted to call her the fun word, the one all Australians like to use. Now, do you need something, or can I go back to setting up? I have a panel to run, and my co-panelist is running late. Co-panelist? You mean your girlfriend? Actually? God, I really don't want to do this. Even if she is an Australian fun word, there's no doubt it's gonna hurt. It might go down as the worst day of her life, even. Actually, brain dead much? Sometimes these things just gotta be done. Your girlfriend's fucking dead, bozo. Shit. I skipped the terminal log. Your girlfriend is fucking dead, bozo. Ah. That came out so much worse than I thought it would. What? Telenius. She's dead. Oh man, not the real name. Not the watery eyes. Now I feel even worse. I mean, there's been an accident. Do over, I want to do over. And it's resulted in your partner becoming deceased. She claps her hands over her mouth. But I saw her just a few hours ago. How? The image of head meat sliding onto the carpet crosses my mind. We have a suspicion it might have been murder. She hangs her head, hair drapes over her eyes. Something inside her just went very, very dark. I'm sorry. I guess. That's that then. She lifts her head back up and shrugs. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes, and Dell loves stupid games. What? She just had to go and make the panel harder for me. Figures. What? I don't think she could really control the murder. I don't think she could really control the murder forecast, ma'am? Still let it happen. And did she ever put any thought into how I would feel about it? No, it's always about Dandelion. What? Guess it's just a typical behavior of an attention-whoring, selfish thought. What? That's your girlfriend though, aren't you, I don't know, upset? Oh, get over yourself. I read your virtual signal loud and clear. I actually felt bad for you, lady. You were gonna get my sympathy. I was gonna like, it's okay to cry, ma'am. And you were gonna be like, oh, Miss Guest Coordinator Stella. Then I was gonna let you cry on my lap and feel good about myself. None of that's happening now, though. You better believe it. Cope. Screw you, man. Seed. God almighty, you took the wrong panelist. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to finish setting up for my panel. Huh? But your co-panelist is dead. You're not actually gonna go through with it, are you? Yeah. Whole audience of serfs are gonna be in the audience. They need to be taught. Unless you have anything else you'd like to screech into the void about. Every word she utters is like a siren song enticing me to commit a second murder at this convention today. And yet, I press on. As a matter of fact, I'm conducting our internal investigation regarding the incident. I have a few questions. Ugh, gross. Make it quick. What were you and Dandy doing this morning? You mentioned you saw Dandy this morning. Can you tell me a little about that? Not much to tell. I left before we didn't speak. Huh? Not at all? Not even a goodbye kiss? I never leave the house without kissing Luna. Oh, when she says, oh sweet Luna, she means literally her girlfriend. Oh my god, deifying your girlfriend be like, damn, it's always the lesbians. Yeah, you're right, there are two music tracks overlapping. Because I have a second Yuri Paddle open. Remember, I had opened it, forever ago, I opened it in Itch.io, and then it didn't come up. And then I just opened the containing folder. I'm sure that fucked up my sound mixing. Anyway, since I keep starting and stopping, this is a good time to mention it. That this stream is for me to pay my phone bill. I'm switching phone carriers, and I didn't realize that it was gonna cost more money than the actual starting bill. So now I'm kind of scrambling, so I can pay my new phone bill before my old phone carrier charges me and I have to stay with them another month. And have a Ko-fi if you want to support. Obviously, it's not necessary. I really should add a Ko-fi to the thingy though. Okay, now it's in the title of stream. She was sleeping, so I decided not to wake her up. Didn't want to debate anymore. Wanted to spare myself the endless headache of yapping. If only all of us could be so lucky. There's a couple of things about what she said that make me raise an eyebrow, though. Why are you called femcel theory, anyway? So I have a question, but I don't want you to get mad at me. Those are words of someone about to ask a dumb question worth getting angry over. Well, I don't think it's dumb. In fact, I think most people will wonder it about you. But why do you call yourself femcel theory? Is there a problem with it? I think most people who spend a decent amount of time online would find it kind of incendiary? Call it whatever you want. The fact is, it's evocative. That's one word for it. But aren't incels people who don't get laid and make it other people's problem? Why evoke that? Why would you want to be known as the feminine form of that? Excuse me? Are you questioning my lived experience? What? I would never. It's just... it doesn't really apply to you. You had a girlfriend that's pretty much the opposite of being a femcel. You fool. You buffoon. You drooling NPC. This thing that afflicts me, my femceldom, it's a state of mind. I'm sorry. How dare you? I will have you know that I am based. I'll have you know that I am black-pilled. And I'll have you know that I am woefully involuntarily celibate. Okay, I believe you. You 100% without a doubt do not fuck. But not amount of course. Of course. That's the important part. It is involuntary after all. Exactly. That's why I'm not willing to sleep with anyone. It's not that I'm unwilling to sleep with anyone, it's that everyone else is unwilling to sleep with me. I believe you. You better. You don't seem very okay with that. Shut up, I am! I've never met someone so ideologically committed to their lack of game. Whatever pays the bills, right? Money is finds me relatable, and my content vital. Thank you. I'm sure you're telling the truth about the first part, but I have no clue what your content even is. Frankly, I heard about you for the first time today. The femcel's jaw drops. You must be mistaken. I am a video essayist. I'm sure my most popular video has shown up on your feed at least once. What's your most popular video? The anti-monarchist propaganda of One Piece. Last year, I cracked 200 and... I feel very attacked. Considering if we had a video essay to release today, it would probably get around 300 views. And I'm gonna be real, incendiary YouTube channels like hers, as much as the developers are wanting to make her seem like a chump, especially as being a partner of a famous cosplayer, there's no way that she's only getting 250 views. Maybe 250k views. And I definitely don't want to be like, oh, she deserves it. But honestly, getting people angry is a great way to make money online. Honestly, I should do it more, but I have a weak constitution. Last year, I cracked 250 views, and it's well on its way to 251. It sounds like something that would be fed to me after I leave autoplay on for too long. So you get in front of a microphone and rant about anime? I don't rant, I give my perspective. You see, the otaku sphere has been too corrupted by Hobbesian remonstrants, such as yourself. Me? What did I do? Everything. You imbue the anime supply with your own Protestant brain rot. It's people like you that demand everything in line with your values of representation and republicanism. Whoa, back up. What do you mean? What's wrong with representation? Taxation should happen without it. What else could I possibly mean? To her credit, it's not that that's not the representation I thought she meant. But now her ranting is even more incomprehensible than it had been. The siren song of Jeffersonian individualism has rung for far too long in the otaku sphere. It's up to me to fight for traditional values. Oh god, maybe she is as bad as I thought. Like monarchism! And now I'm lost again. Through many anime video essays, I will do to it that the divine right of kings are respected. Why be a domesticated liberal subject ruled by complacency when we could be domesticated royal subjects ruled by fear? Reject democracy, embrace serfdom! Holy shit. I was just placating her before, but now I really do believe it. She's never been laid in her life. This is all extremely compelling. In a messed up anthropological sort of way. But how does— never call me that again! Lady, what even are your politics? But how does neo-feudalist? Don't call me that! Lady, what even are your politics? How does someone like you end up with someone like Dandy? Despite existing within the same sphere, I feel like the two of you occupy very different worlds. Are you saying a base track cath femcel can't date a disgusting degenerate timeline thought? That's very judgmental of you. No judgment. Okay, a little judgment. I'm just curious how it happened. Did you not hear me? She was a harlot. She was plastered all over my feed. When I finally went to her profile to block her, I saw the links to her various sites. I was very impressed by her commitment to the traditional female form. Underneath all the makeup and wigs was a woman I could see myself settling in Utah with. It wasn't long after that I became her biggest benefactor. Then, when she finally took notice of me, the regent of her heart. That's what I believed, anyway. Love can never be that simple. Which is why, when I became nobility, I was going to humbly request the king assign me a girlfriend instead. Sounds like a classic romance story. Wax satirical all you want. There was a time when we were two halves of one whole, where we completed each other. Not anymore, though. Of course not! She's dead now, after all! Sounds like there's more to it. A lot more. But at this point, I doubt she'll tell me about it unless I can do something that really shakes her up. Why such a callous reaction? Weren't you dating? I'm not surprised horror stuff or general horror stuff makes you feel better than this does, because this is getting at the heart of issues. Nothing that has been on screen right now is something that cannot happen in flesh base. This is all very relatable. It's related to the general like media ecosystem that we belong to. It's the funny thing is, I think it's hilarious how in this game's world someone like Femcel here isn't popular. The fact that she's not popular is what like makes me feel weird. Not that I want her to be, it's just like to keep so much other things like very much in a space where I'm like, ah, yeah, yes queen, yes queen, yes queen. to be like, ah, yes, this loser influencer is actually a loser in terms of views, I think is a little. It is projecting a world you want to see, and I definitely don't have issue with that. I don't know. I won't think about it too hard. But I do find that when people tend to try to punch down on shitty reactionaries, they punch down on them about things that other small content creators might have in common with them, like small numbers or like not great editing or not consistent upload schedules or something like that. So I don't know, I feel like I got some splash damage. Also, if I have any money left over after budgeting, I can donate a little. Do what you can, don't hurt yourself. So I have to know, why such a cold reaction to your girlfriend dying? Violently, before her time. I have a girlfriend, and if she was killed, I don't think I've ever recovered. I'd tie myself to sleep for the rest of my life. Pfft, like you have a girlfriend. What's that supposed to mean? Bags under eyes, shitty posture, dresses like a toddler? I know you. I've known you 1,000 lifetimes. Rude! These bags are conditional. My posture is adequate. Luna picks out my clothes every day. Okay, Luna is her mommy. No, Luna is totally her mommy. It's like that only proves her point more. Oh, wow. Damn, a visual novel protagonist. This visual novel protagonist I very much relate to. The only way we could relate anymore is if she had like a vagina dentata. I have to read that again. No, it's so good. These bags are conditional. My posture is adequate. Luna picks out my clothes every day. I don't really appreciate what you're implying here. I'll have you know I'm happily seeing someone. She's incredible, and I love her dearly. Just look at my phone. Sorry, champ, that looks like AI to me. Sad. She's not AI! She's real! She's real! Why does everyone keep saying that? Why are you so mad? All that's left in the world are Stacy's and Bimbos. And they only want Chads and other Stacy's. They don't want you even when they say you're nice and treat you great. You can lick mats and mew all you want. Shit, maybe they'll even date you out of pity for a while. But you're just too corrupted by this modern world that puts strumpets on a pedestal. Even if you're the perfect trad wife and always cook and do laundry for them, they'll still sense that you're not a high-value female. They can smell it. We've been failed. It was never like this under monarchism. We need to return. Return! Well, that was certainly revealing. My dear lord. It's pretty cynical rhetoric for someone in a relationship to say. You two were dating for a while, right? Said some months. So it was starting to get serious then? Yeah, seriously annoying. Turns out that all the cringe beta orbiters don't like it when their precious fat bait starts dating a strong, opinionated woman. Unfortunately, that's nothing uncommon. Idols, streamers, and content creators of all types have always dealt with fans getting jealous when they start dating someone. It comes with the territory. But considering how incendiary femcel theory is, I can't help but wonder if there's more to it. Are you sure that's all it was? Is that too hard for you to understand? Is there soy where your brain should be too? There, right there. You even said it yourself. You're opinionated. Dell was a goody-goody. Always had to be on the right side of everything, constantly making annoying posts about the current thing and virtue signaling. It was all part of the little brand she had built for herself. At some point, she started leaking things about what voice actors and other people in the industry were doing. What do you mean? What kinds of things? The kind of scandal that comes for everyone with power? Creepy things they've been doing with fans, abuses of power, that sort of thing. Dill had a lot of contacts, knew a lot of people. Pair that with her desperate need for attention, and she was compelled to write these long, sobby documents about what she knew. That's when she blew up and people really started noticing her. I didn't know that. Of course I knew about the various industry scandals of the last few years, but I had no idea Dandy was at the center of so many of them. Well, her legions of degenerates did. They didn't like that their precious social justice angel was dating someone who didn't care about indulging all this holier-than-thou shit. They hated the fact that I had opinions about the way the world should be. You've always seen this kind of thing with outspoken women. You know what? I'm with Dandy's fans. I wouldn't be too happy if someone I looked up to for doing a lot of good things started dating the most obnoxious person alive. Why was Dandy sleeping in when she knew that the two of you had a big panel today? Whenever I had something big to do the next day, I would always tuck in early. Anyways, I tend to go to bed pretty early most days. I'm a little lady. Not these past few days though. I don't even remember if I had slept. Probably because she didn't come back to the hotel room until like 3 a.m. Like a child. Good decision-making skills never come easy to her type, you know. You need to be the adult for them. 3 a.m.? What she could have possibly been doing at 3 a.m.? What do you think cosplay deviants like her do at 3 a.m. at conventions? Room parties? That's my guess anyway. Were you not with her? Of course not. Unlike her, I actually treat my body like a temple, not some cheap casino buffet. Whoa. What a thing to call your girlfriend. To me, Luna is equivalent to the finest, most succulent dining, like Olive Garden. She's the breadstick to my Alfredo sauce. Wherever she went off to, it sounds like you had a problem with it. Oh, wherever she went off to, it sounds like you had a problem with it. We had differing opinions. I felt one way, she felt another. So the two of you argued a lot. Don't be stupid! Adults disagree all the time. It's called debate. There's another D word that could have been applied to this too. Denial. Damn, this is actually a longer conversation than I thought. It's okay if we let this woman get arrested for killing her girlfriend, even if she's a red herring, right? No! No, it is not okay. I know that it's tempting. It's so tempting. Especially if she really has such a small... Actually, that... I was about to say a thing that would do me splash damage too. I was gonna say, if she has such a small audience, then she can't be possibly doing that much damage with her platform. By the same token, I could say, well, since I have such low numbers, I'm not helping anyone on my platform, which is patently false. However, she still does not deserve to be pinned for the death. And if she keeps up like this, she definitely deserves to never get laid. And there are also fates worse than death. She should have said, my girlfriend picks out my clothes so they can be kind of baggy. Why would... Is that a pun? Is there a pun? Like bags under your eyes? Is that what you're going for? So the two of you were debating then, is that right? Yes, do you have a problem with intellectual conversation? My problem with this is that I haven't had any whatsoever today. Well, it just feels like that could have easily gotten heated depending on what you were arguing about. Debating! We were debating! real. Humblest apologies. I want her face to debate with my fist. Was it an emotionally charged debate? Was it spirited? Did the debate gods energize you with divinity-inspired acts of logic? Did you win? As a matter of fact, it was, and I did. I won every debate of ours. I keep score. What does it say about you when someone's facetious snarking turns out to be true? So, you've been debating a lot then, huh? A healthy amount, perhaps. It was a pastime of ours. How intense did last night get? I hope things stayed civil. Oh, I assure you, I'm always a rational actor. Belle, on the other hand. Let's just say she often let her feelings override the facts. Oh yes, you strike me as a truly wise philosopher, Queen. There isn't a reactionary bone in your body. Can you tell me a little bit about the feelings that were being felt last night, if you don't mind? I do mind, actually. It's private. A secret between lovers? Something like that. Of course, you'd never understand that. You've probably never even been hugged before. Ma'am, I'll have you know my girlfriend hugs me all the time. Your AI waifu will never be real, no matter how hard you try to manifest her as a tulpa. What did I do to deserve this slander? Sounds like she's done elaborate on this, though. Guess I need to figure out something else to shake more info out of her. Bzz, bzz. Oh, excuse me. That's for my girlfriend. Yeah, go talk to your robot. Hey, baby, everything okay? I'm talking to Dandy's GF right now. She's kind of insane. Good insane or bad insane? Bad! I get weird vibes from her. I've asked her things. A lot of questions, but I can tell she's hiding. Hiding something. I can't believe she's making her life harder than it already is. Doesn't she know what you've been through? I doubt it, and if she did know, I doubt she'd even care. I wish there was a way I could get her to tell me more. Is there anything else you discovered so far? Maybe there's something more you can show her that might bait her into talking more. Femcell theory does like talking, it's true. But is there anything else that I've gathered so far that I can present to her? That's a real question. Oh my god, Phoenix right ass! Present evidence! Oh no, what you misheard was that she dresses like a toddler. Stella was accused of dressing like a toddler, which is funny because I was just like, oh, I mean, sorry, I wasn't just like, from the game first starting and I'm seeing her outfit, I'm just like, I really like that outfit. We have a kimono just like that. Well, it's a print kimono, but still. I'm like, damn, that's a really good outfit. And then she just goes, you dress like a toddler. And it's like, oh no, that means I dress like a toddler. But also the blowback of that is, I dress like a toddler while dressing myself. But Stella is dressed not just like a toddler, but as a toddler would. Which I find amazing. Yes, my girlfriend picks out my clothes. Yes. Honestly, that's a little bit of work for your partner to pick out your clothes every single day. If I had a partner that wanted me to pick out clothes for them every single day, it'd be kind of hard. If they had a few like pre-made outfits, maybe, then I'd be like, all right. And it's not like I don't have the expertise. I am very fashionable, I have to know. Do you think you helped me figure something out? Because of your lack of critical thinking skills? That's not true. I think critically of you. No, because I'm generally confused about Dandy's badge. See, she has a guest set to host a panel, so she should have a guest badge, but instead she has an industry badge, see? Are you so intent on gatekeeping? What? No, I'm just... You should be. The serfs need to be kept at bay. They've ruined this industry with their Protestant decay for too long. I'll keep that in mind. But that still doesn't explain why she had an industry badge instead of a guest badge. Is a cosplayer not considered industry? Well, I suppose it is. Yes, well, there are certain places an industry badge can get you into that a guest badge simply cannot. Truly, you are the world's most incompetent guest coordinator. Kid, if you knew half the shit I had to put up with, you'd realize I'm the world's best guest coordinator. I guess that's true. Though, you need to prove your entry in order to get into certain mixers and parties. Disgusting. Oh, come on. You cannot stand there and tell me that you're revolted by the idea of people having a good time. I can, and I am. Are you even aware of the dark satanic cabals lurking behind the scenes of this industry? Conventions are the perfect opportunity for them to act. Oh. That was actually, I read that in Stella's voice. I can and I am. Are you even aware of the dark satanic cabals lurking behind the scenes of this industry? Conventions are the perfect opportunity for them to act on their hedonism behind the closed doors of a supposed room party. That's what everyone thinks. They expect every party to devolve into some kind of raging orgy. The truth is, you're more likely to end up sipping on a warm bottle while watching a Dante cosplayer suck really hard at Arena Ultimax on the hotel TV. Maybe the furries are hosting a cold puddle in the corner. But that's the most crazy it tends to get. Unless the point of the room party is also sets. I've been to I've been to a quite interesting room party once. One day I'll be actually back into the con scene, and maybe it'll happen again. Let's show her the Yuri Paddle! What the? What's that doing here? That's a... Oh, the paddle? I found it near Dandy's body. It still has some blood on it, sorry. It's not like I care. She glances away from it, but her eyes still drifting back to the dry blood crusting on the edges of the paddle. I'm just shocked to see one at a convention is all. Paddles like that are usually banned at cons, in case you didn't know. And that's what threw me off too. My guess is that somebody brought it from outside the convention? Maybe with the intention of using it as a weapon. I can't even begin to fathom that level of gruesomeness. How idiotic. What do you mean? There are far more efficient ways to murder someone than a thin wood paddle. People tend to use objects for their intended purpose, you know? The intended purpose being swatted on the ass? I guess that is something some people enjoy. Yes, it's a prop to their degeneracy. So, the plushy Fox girl. It's Mimo. Mimo? I thought her name was Miho. You fool! Imbecile! Moronic serf. Mio is Mio, but Mimo is Mimo. So it's not a plushie of the character from the visual novel Please Be Happy? Are you daft? Of course it is. But you just said it isn't Miho. Because that's Mimo. I'm so confused. I'm pretty sure it's like Mimo is the like cheapified version of the character. Whatever, this is just going in circles. That's not important. Does this toy belong to you? I don't know when, but Femcell got real sweaty at some point. Maybe that's just how she always is. This might just be how all the rage escapes her body. It's not mine. Well, we found it in your hotel room. Because it was Dell's. Use your brain. Mimo goes with her everywhere. She sees all things. We all seen Mimo, huh? Believe it, this funky little fox is always watching, taking notes, gathering precious information. You better be careful what you do in front of her. She'll know. That makes her sound like some sort of ancient, powerful deity. Beware the judging eyes of Mimo. Alright, last thing to show her. Her girlfriend's corpse! This can't give someone lasting damage for the rest of their life. I left the IRL kink scene due to the prominence of sets as a primary motive. I'm too ace for that crap. I understand your struggle, though I would say that you should look for ace-friendly kink events, because they do exist, because there are a lot of ace people in the kink community. Hi! Although, I am an ace person who is sets positive in the idea of me doing the sets positive sort of way. I don't have sets a lot, at least not the more normative sets or whatever. But even in the context of like considering a scene sets, sets isn't necessarily a primary motivator for me. But obviously not everyone's like that, and it can be hard, especially when you're going to like general kink events. Like I probably wouldn't be caught dead at just a general BDSM club that didn't have like some sort of night. And when I say club, I mean like if it's like a dungeon, that's different. And I mean, I don't know, maybe I just have had different experiences, just had multiple different experiences than you, but in my experience, especially in queer positive kink community, at least in the major cities that I've brushed elbows with people, of course there are some people who are just like sets, and some people, especially newbies, especially newbie cis guys, for example, might go, oh, there's a way to get easy sets, and I think that kind of clocks a person. It marks you, because I think a lot of people in the general kink community aren't motivated simply by sets, even the allosexual ones. I don't want to invalidate your lived experience. Though I do think you should try to give it a chance. Though I think that there's kind of like that online component that makes it a lot easier. If you're just walking into a place that goes, this is for kinky people, then you might not have a good time. But like if you, I don't know, find some groups. I know like there's kink groups on Facebook. I don't personally use Facebook, but FetLife can be a good resource to find kink events. And not all kink events are like sexual or like play based in nature, you know. I've been to like munches and stuff probably more than I've been to like actual like play parties and dungeon parties, places where everyone keeps their clothes on and talks and eats and stuff. Because one of the things about like having a community, I mean, and you can take the community we try to build under our brand or whatever, like we try to make it very clear that yes, is a bad positive space, but I definitely don't want to be talking about diapers 24/7. You know, like we are all well-rounded beings. And as much as like it is fun and stuff, like I like there to be, you know, nuance and balance and stuff. And I always worry they'll get lost in that, because some people have like blinders on for anything that approximates sets. Like the type of people who assume that if you are into kink, you can't possibly be ace because kink is sets. Kink is sets plus. So how could you possibly call yourself ace? They might say, or I would be afraid of them saying. Honestly, most of the negative shit I ever heard about ace people came from a past partner. Having your sexuality poked and prodded by another person who says they love you is not fun. I wonder if femcel theory did that at all to her girlfriend. Wait. Y'all don't want to talk about diapers 24/7. Mind blown. Shut up! You might give newbies the wrong idea. I want to be wearing diapers 24/7, but I definitely don't need to be talking about them. I just got tired of looking for spaces that were more regress kid at heart oriented. It was simply too much work. Ah, I see. Okay, and I guess that's an extra wrinkle, because I do think that there's the general aesthetic of a lot of like I guess like the leather kink aesthetic that very much defines how most people think of BDSM or like S&M specifically, I guess. Definitely is a vibe that some people like and like flock towards, and it does inform those spaces even without the sex part. The amount of people who I have known that don't like, or at the very least aren't very don't feel a pull towards age play or whatever, I often hear them saying, especially if they like other kinky stuff, especially stuff that can overlap, like say spanking or something, there seems to be a thing of like not being able to take it seriously, a thing of it being like just too soft, which is so funny because it's kind of the point. Right? And I guess it makes sense, because it's like, well, if you don't like the point of it, then obviously. But I think that's also an aesthetic thing, because kiddo stuff does not have to be pastels. Hot Topic does exist. But, you know, every local scene is different. You'd have to pay me to get back into the Chicago kink ADBL scene. I had some bad times there. And I don't think the whole community is to blame, even necessarily, but when something bad happens and the community doesn't respond to it in a responsible way, then it can be unsafe for everybody. And in that same regards, if you have a space, say, I don't know, like if you had a website that was for a certain group of people, but like the bad version of that group of people were under scrutiny all the time, and they could just at a moment's notice have their entire accounts of years be like deleted or suspended and being likened to child predators, then like you might say that that whole space would be just unsafe for, you know, an age player of any kind, regardless of how open you are to things or how ace or not ace you are. And in that sense, yeah, keep yourself safe. I think that's the most important part. For us, we haven't been in a lot of IRL kink stuff because it is hard without like your foot in the door of whatever specific scene. Especially because we don't use Facebook and we don't know anyone in the scene in our city, so we're kind of having to start fresh. And I mean, not for nothing, when we got into the kink scene in LA, it was because of Fur Affinity. So like, again, that online component can be a really good lifeline. I do like meeting people IRL. I haven't met that many people that I met online IRL in a like a kink sense lately. But hopefully I'll go to the next, like, what's that con? It was during the summer, not Furry Fiesta. It would have been, oh, it was like the closest one near me. It's an East Coast one. But, like, I'm hoping to go to some cons in the future and meet people that way. That's also a good way to, like, get your foot in the door into, like, some, like, places that are, like, that could be safe for you or feel hospitable. Find other people that, like, have sort of social connections. And, of course, that's, like, easier said than done. And everything is tiring. But, you know. I guess, in a way, I'm not speaking just to you, Evie, but everyone, because something that I've noticed that, like, a good, like of the kinky people that watch us and follow us, about half are like folks who have never done a lot of the like kink stuff that a lot of our community enjoys offline, especially because of a lot of people like became of age right during like COVID lockdown and stuff, and like it fucked up like socializing and building connections for a lot of people, and it really sucks. Not sure why my local scene was like that. I found events on FetLife, but I don't really enjoy events that focus solely on the kink aspect. More cutout for LA RP groups and such. I see. Ah. If you had the space, I would tell you to host one. Like a Little's board game night? Oh gosh, that would be so beautiful. Shit, I want to host a Little's board game night in my local community if I actually had a if I actually had a local community. So I know there's a little rude, but I'll take a picture of your girlfriend's dead body? You what? I did it again. My mouth just loves the taste of my foot so much. It was for justice. Look, gaze upon your dead girlfriend. You know, considering the nature of your relationship, I guess you could say gaze upon your dead girlfriend? She leans into the phone and clinically inspects the picture. My girlfriend is missing part of her head and you're making puns. Oh no, I suddenly feel ashamed. I'll be thinking about this while staring at my ceiling in bed for hours to come. Between all the questions and evidence, we've gone over so much. There's a lot I still don't know, but I feel like I'm gonna get a good grasp on what happened in the hotel. I may have a good grasp of what happened in the hotel room. I think I've answered enough questions at this point, don't you? I suppose, but you suppose what? What can volunteer con staff do at a time like this? You aren't the authorities, so really your obligation here is done. This is as open and shut as someone like you can do. You're an NPC, yes? How about you continue on your day in a programmed pattern that you've been assigned? Maybe she's right. Even Luna says I've already gone above and beyond for this con. But Kaylee wants so badly for me to take care of things. Yeah, that didn't necessarily mean solve a murder, but I feel obligated anyhow. If not for the purpose of keeping our insurance down so we can all get salaried, then at least report Dandy. But, yes, all the pieces are here. If you don't mind, I'd like to go over everything one more time. If I can just put them all together, I can solve this. I don't know what you're trying to prove here, sir. Please, I think I'm on the brink of knowing what happened. You can't possibly know the things that have occurred in that hotel room. Do you understand me, you soy-facing boomer? What are you, another one of those prostrating simps? Why are you so against this? Don't you want Dandy to have justice? Doesn't that matter to you at all? Fine! But I'm down to this, do you understand me? That's completely understandable. It better be. Now, if you don't mind, could you start with how you and Dandy started dating? This better be good. I'm a video essayist who created a much-needed analysis regarding the degenerate and anti-monarchist trash that seeped into our precious anime. Delaney was a cosplayer who often posted content of her dressed up as characters from said anime. Her work was plastered all over my timeline. I was quite intrigued by her commitment to traditional beauty standards. She looked like a queen. I became her biggest benefactor, spending copious amounts of dollars on her. It wasn't long before we began dating. It's not a normal love story. It's not. Why am I so? Red leather, yellow leather. Sorry, I'm just doing some vocal exercises, trying to loosen up my mouth because I keep getting all tongue-tied. And it's not even a button pushy part. It's not a love story by traditional standards, but I guess a lot of people meet online nowadays. Still, some of what she's saying doesn't make sense of the context I have right now. It's like she's bearing the lead. But on which topic? You were her benefactor? When you say you were Dandy's biggest benefactor, what exactly does that mean? I gave her money for her content, of course, in the same way a king would give a stipend to a promising artist. It's quite a classical approach. I thought she was just a cosplayer, though. What was she doing that made you give her money? The pictures were already all over your timeline. Just additional content. It's her OnlyFans. She was on her OnlyFans. Is that really it? Some more pictures you wouldn't have had access to otherwise? Why is that so hard for you to believe? Well, usually when people pay for things like that online, it's because they're getting content out of it. And that's a little more risque. I don't appreciate the implication. You're the one that's been calling everyone degenerate. I am merely giving you my opinion. You, on the other hand, are making an accusation of scandalous nature. To imply that her content was of anything but the purest and most wholesome displays. Disgusting. You better have evidence to back up your preposterous claim. She's right. If I'm gonna make that claim, I better have something to back it up. Do I have any evidence that can support my claim? The Yuri Paddle? As a matter of fact, I think the Yuri Paddle is good evidence as any. I can't believe such nonsense. Well, you said it yourself when I showed you the paddle for the first time. People tend to use objects for their intended purpose. Then you called it a prop for their degeneracy. Well, that was an exaggeration. A hyperbole. I am an internet personality after all. Miss Femcell, were you giving money to Dandy so she would make adult content? And did that maybe involve some, swatting? You. So what if that's true? Are you aware of how many people utilize this service such as Matreon and OnlyFans these days? Your judgment means nothing to me. Whoa. Dandelion P, the famous cosplayer, was selling adult content on the side then. That's a development I didn't see coming. So, the Yuri Paddle, it was Dandy's. Of course it was. Would you like me to spell it out what she did with it, too? No, it's fine, don't worry about it. Once we officially began dating, she ceased all activities relating to her secret content. Is that right? Then why did she bring the pal with her on this trip? Thank you for being honest with me about this, it helps a lot. Fuck yourself. Yeah, okay, that one might be a little deserved. Let's keep going then. Can you go into more detail about the status of the relationship? In regards to... Well, let's look at it yesterday. Tell me about how well you were getting along when you arrived. Delaney and I had been dating for 6 months, but we still often vigorously debated each other, and that's why we made a good team, and that's why we could host a damn good Yuri panel. Things had been going fine when we arrived yesterday, but opinions ran high, and we had another one of our debates, as it were. She ended up leaving and coming back later. Honestly, whatever she described the relationship to me, it sounded more and more turbulent. Even ignoring that, it feels like she's leaving a lot out. Miss Femcell, when you say debate, are you sure you don't mean argue? Yes, I am sure. Okay. It just seems like the two of you weren't getting along, that's all. We have a fantastic relationship. You just have an agenda to try and say otherwise. Slander. It would be slander if I felt like I couldn't prove it. But I know I have something I can. I know it's difficult, but could you take a look at the picture of the crime scene again? There's something about it I find weird. Is it the corpse? It's the beds. You say the two of you have been dating for 6 months, but for some reason you got a hotel room with 2 beds? That's not strange. It's all the hotel had available. But it wasn't. We booked tons of rooms in advance for the convention hotel block. Well, we typically get 2 beds for cons in case a friend ends up spending the night. Oh, that's actually very kind of you. I'm surprised. I was worried that you guys were, like, fighting. We weren't fighting! It was a debate! Rigorous debate! Yikes, touch a nerve. Did anyone come away from those debates with hard feelings? Debating is all about hard feelings. The point is that they get drowned out by facts. So, they happen. Yes, they happen from time to time, and yes, last night was one of those times. As if it matters. I'm sorry to hear that. Relationships can be hard. They take effort from both parties. Parties. Don't talk to me about parties. That's all she wanted to do last night. Go to room parties. I take it you didn't want her to go? Of course not! We were taking this trip together. We should have been spending time together. And yet, she still got up, took Mimo, and left. She took Mimo? Yes, her plushie. It goes everywhere with her, no matter what. Oh, like a security blanket. Precisely. Mimo sees everything and knows all. She's full of secrets. If only Mimo could talk, I'm sure she would tell me who committed this murder. So, this party Dandy went to last night, was it special in some way? How would I remember? I wasn't invited. I wouldn't even go anyway. That's okay. I think I know what kind of party she went to anyway. Huh. How can you be so sure? Dandy had an industry badge, so I feel like if she was going to go to a party, then it would be an industry party. What a leap in logic, how irrational. Maybe, but if you didn't want her to go so bad, then why didn't you just go with her? Do you not have an industry badge? I see you're wearing a guest badge right now. I don't. No. But why would I want to go to one of those filthy things anyway? Fair enough. That's your prerogative. So she went to the party, but eventually she came back, right? Yes, at 3 a.m. She woke me up as she entered, but went straight for the other bed. So you admit it, you two weren't sleeping together. I admit nothing. This whole thing is ridiculous. Are you asking me questions or are you interrogating me? Hey, where are you going? I'm checking out of the hotel. Forget the panel. You're just some virtue signaling boomer desperately searching for purpose while you run around with your head cut off. Your convention is burning, Miss Stella, the guest coordinator. I recommend you go tend to it. Do better, sweetie. Wait! Don't go! If she leaves now, it's all over. I need to solve the puzzle. I need to solve it. Of course you're leaving. You talk a big game, but you're afraid of losing a debate in the marketplace of ideas. None of those words sound natural coming from me. She's turning around. I'll have you know, I won every single argument I've had online for the past 10 years! I know because I kept count. And now you, some malnutrition pod person, think you have the better of me? Well, I hate to rain on your parade, sweetie, but you have nothing. Nothing but conjecture and hysterics. You're wrong. What was that, Surf? You're wrong. I have more than conjecture and hysterics. Although I do have those in spades. I have something you should be quite familiar with. I have a theory. You have fan fiction, that's what you have. Oh shit, how did you find out about my AO3? Let me explain it. And if you think it's nonsense, you're free to leave. Heck, you can make a whole video about how terrible this con is. Really stick it to us. That will bring me joy. Fine, humor me. What nonsense have you strung together in that hollow vase you call a head? This is it, make or break. I need to utilize every speck of information I have at my disposal to solve this. Oh, is she the only person I have to talk to for this? I totally thought I was going to question other people. Oh, hey Erin, how's it going? Keeping your pants dry? I need to utilize every speck of information I have at my disposal to solve this. For the con. For the insurance. For the salary! And I guess maybe for Dandy too. Alright, let's do this. It all started 6 months ago. You found out about Dandy because pictures of her cosplaying were all over your timeline. You weren't all that impressed at first until you discovered that she was also a VTuber making secret content. Adult content. Out of all of her fans, you were the biggest, the most obsessed. You always sent the most money. So you were thrilled when the two of you started dating, not because she made risque material, but because you... long for the soft touch of a woman. Because you long for the soft touch of a woman. Rude. You are a self-identifying femmes after all. Odds are this was your first relationship. But there was immediately trouble in paradise that caused endless arguments, right? You had the girl of your dreams, but you weren't comfortable. Because even though she had told you she stopped filming new content, you had a sneaking suspicion she was lying. These suspicions grew and grew, and you, being black-pilled and bitter, couldn't stop thinking about it and haunted you every night. Then, after months, you were invited to Onkai along with Dandy to run this panel. If you were gonna do anything unbecoming by your standards, then of course it would have happened at a con. That's why you were so worried about the industry party yesterday. You were afraid she was going to secretly film new content. No. You needed evidence though, and you knew the perfect way to get it. So before you came to the con, you grabbed something precious of hers while she wasn't looking. Call leap in logic, but it's obvious to me that you put a camera in Mimo. You Hobbesian wretches! You'll turn this earth into a nightmare! After she came back to the hotel room with Mimo and Toe, of course, you had the chance to go through the footage. You were heartbroken by what you discovered. She betrayed your trust. So in the morning, while she was getting her cosplay ready, you decided to confront her. It was then that you realized how this was the perfect opportunity. The neighbors next door were partying so loud you couldn't even hear yourself think. And then... then that's when you killed Delaney. No! Hosbian moralist! No respect for the throne. You're a serf, a degenerate, an NPC, a soy-facing pod person. Fucking Stacy's. You did it with the Yuri Paddle. Wait, that's how it ends? Fuck! I want so much of this. I want an expanded version of this game. I want more characters. I want to know who was at the party. I want to know who was so important that she would go to an industry party to film that. We still don't know how she got the industry badge in the first place. We haven't looked at the content that's in Mimo, who should honestly be able to corroborate the murder theory. I want to see the backlash. I mean, this is very much like a game jam game. This is literally a game jam game. So obviously they didn't have enough time to I mean, there's even a few typos in here. But like this is probably just like a simple little thing that the team, the internal team did for fun. But like, I would play the shit out of this full game. It would be like our flagship stream game. Like for real. Like the fact that Senpai-chan isn't like part of this, like I totally thought Senpai-chan was gonna be a suspect, and I really wanted her to be. And then also like the thing with Kaylee is just kind of dropped. Like we don't get any sense of conclusion to things. I mean, in the first place, me confronting the murderer and telling her that she's the murderer, even though she has every opportunity to walk out and leave. And still, especially since we haven't called the police and we're short staffed, so we might have might have some issues. And then the whole pretending it didn't happen thing that we're doing, there's so much stuff. This game could be so cool. They could just I wish they just stretch it out. This isn't like Celeste, where it's the first Celeste was a Game Jam game, and there wasn't a story, and it was just a simple platformer, and there was no way for people who might have liked it at the time to know, oh shit, I'm really gonna like it being expanded. And it's it was just a nice surprise. But this being a visual novel, being narrative, and leaving so much up in the air, so much beautiful stuff up in the air. It's so... Also, I feel kind of... As anarchist and leftist as I am, I have to admit, I'm a little disappointed. Obviously, it's kind of a more realistic scenario in this case. A person close to the victim is more likely to be the murderer. But, at a convention, it feels like there's a lot more that could be on the table. And with its very in-your-face, political messaging, I think it would be more compelling if, and I know that the fucking femcel, yeah, we never found out her real name or her non-handle name, but femcel, we still don't know that much, and she seems very repressed in a lot of ways. The fact that you could be so Puritan and still be not just a lesbian, but a lesbian at an anime convention is funny to me. But those people, but those people do exist. I could think of a few people, though not all of them women. I'm trying to think. There's one in particular that I think that they're probably Lily Orchard. I think that it feels very Lily Orchard, that character. But I would think it would be much more compelling for her not to be the murderer, even though her motivations are obviously there. Shit, her putting a camera in her girlfriend's stuffy is already some fucked up shit. It's not like I'm oh, she doesn't deserve any ire. She definitely deserves ire, all of it, so much. But it rubs me the wrong way, because it I don't know, I feel like it takes a black and white approach to the dichotomy that we find ourselves in with Puritan culture and queer culture and anime culture and quote unquote degeneracy versus non-degeneracy. And I keep hearing people on Blue Sky talking about people making enjoy the camps jokes, because if Trump comes in office, there's a whole thing of oh yeah, we're gonna get put in camps. And some people thinking that they won't go to the camps, especially within the queer community. There are some pick-me's that are ha ha ha, I'll escape. And it's just I don't think so. And even if so, that's a really fucked up thing to say, and really proves that you're not I don't usually try to use the term good or bad person, but I don't think good people tell other people to enjoy the camps, personally. We live in this really fucked up world, right? And I'm thinking back to a particular chatter mentioned at the soup kitchen they volunteer at, once seeing someone who was definitely unhoused with a Nazi tattoo, and there were people who were on staff. They're yeah, let's kick them out. And it's but they're unhoused. And it's we need them to cause trouble first, right? But of course, in almost any other scenario, yeah, kick that fucker out. Bars that kick out Nazis on site, for example, have the rule because it's the one nice Nazi first, or the one who's civil and cordial. And it's oh, he's not doing any harm, and then he brings a couple of friends, and they get a little rowdy, but it's nothing that big a deal. And then one day you come to work and you realize that your bar is now a Nazi bar. and that is an issue, and someone doesn't need to be as far right as a literal Nazi I think for my observations to be useful here. But with someone like Femcell, with someone like shit, even someone as bad as like Sneeko, a lot of people are victims to this society, and not to say that they don't like bear the weight of their own sins, but I feel like as a story, this is actually doing a kind of morality tale that I am very much huffing the farts of. Don't get me wrong, but I think it's because I'm huffing the farts of this that I'm like, you know, trying to. I want there to be deeper farts, you know? I want there to be more and more nuance, because I mean, as a vent piece, which I mean, I can assume that this kind of is. I understand it, and it works fine as a vent piece about where we are. And I mean, it's also kind of terrifying, like especially as someone who is a person who makes content online in a very contentious space that has plenty of people who share fandom with me, who disagree with me ideologically, and whom it would be easy to be within spitting distance of someone who thinks I'm a disgusting degenerate while we're both out having fun in a place that's supposed to be fun for both of us. And I think that the financial component and the abuse component there could even be expanded upon. I feel weird that I'm the one calling attention to this as a streamer or content creator or whatever, but like she ravenously consumed and supported someone's adult content, and then presumably pressured them to stop making it once they were in a relationship with them. I think a lot of people would generally even have a bone to pick with the fact that she got into her good graces by giving her money constantly, and that generally she probably wouldn't have even like breathed in her fucking direction if not for that. So on one hand, I'm kind of here like, there's so much more that she did before beating her fucking girlfriend to death, you know? But the story doesn't have enough time to really like mull that over, and especially since we stay in the perspective of our character. But I guess like in the way that I have BPD, and sometimes I can recognize black and white thinking because I'm like, ooh, that's how my brain works. That's how my brain works on default. Because I have to have like a bunch of like fucking mods and fucking weird tricks to make sure that I don't start painting people black or paint people too white and put them on a pedestal. They can't do anything wrong. And in that way, it feels like Femcell as a villain kind of disappoints me in the way of just being like a sort of punching bag, and I tried to bring a little bit of humility to her performance. I tried to add some voice breaks and stuff like that. And I mean, honestly, I want to write a fanfic where she's not the murderer, and then she also gets like I mean, I want to rehabilitate her, I'm not gonna lie. I want to fix her, I'm not gonna lie. And that would be my problem. And shit, that may have even been the direction that her girlfriend actually went in. And it's like, oh shit, this person presumably hates people like me, but they're giving me a chance. Oh, this is fine. I mean, it happens in smaller ways all the time. I made the mistake once of dating someone who was like, ha ha ha, I can never like respect someone who does age play, and I'm just like, challenge accepted. Respect in a dating way, and that had moments. And so like there's so much here that I'd love to like to have added to. But I guess that's where my brain comes in, and I'm doing it in my head already. And then it's like, yeah, I guess I can write a fan fiction, or maybe I can write a fan comic. I hate the fact that I can draw now, quote unquote, because now every time I get an idea, it's just like, oh, this is actually possible. This is actually way more possible now, and that's terrifying. Because with our ADHD, we might burn ourselves out. And I don't think that we need to like sing Kumbaya with all our ideological enemies or whatever. But I think that just like the Puritans, especially like queer Puritans, are going to be crying bloody murder when they get their faces eaten by the face-eating party that they've been supporting. That eventually it's gonna be obvious that I would hope that collaboration is necessary for survival. And collaboration for survival is not the same as being friends. To be fair, as SD Signifier once said, I want them to eat, just not at my table. Damn, I have so many thoughts about this. I might, it's one of those times like, maybe I'll do a video essay. Well, it's like, we haven't actually finished a video essay in forever. But the hope is there, and if I shoot myself in the foot and say that I can never do it again, I'm basically being femcel, but about my own content. Because basically, she had a girlfriend, and she was just psyching herself out. She wasn't getting fucked because she wasn't getting fucked. She wasn't enjoying her relationship because A, she got into it for the wrong reasons, and B, she tried to be controlling, very controlling actually, and C, she made everything a fight. She made everything a minefield. I do not miss being in a relationship with a person who constantly had debate. And I mean, as much as femcel is like, it feels very much like a strawman, or like an exaggerated mustache twisting person. I definitely feel like the people with her attitude exist even on the left. And it's obviously more subtle. I mean, wait, I want to show something. I'm gonna keep the game open so that I can keep the music going. Damn, this game was good though. I'm like super happy we tried it. What was this? It reminds me of this that I found a little bit ago. Just do whole screen it. POV, you spend so much time making yourself sick with anxiety over other people doing things you don't like, and that terrifying idea of accidentally interacting with them on the internet, that you make this, instead of having hobbies or friends, or enjoying living in the moment. Quote, Pop Fur ADBL/Baby Fur Involvement Blacklist. What is the goal of this? This list includes furries with substantial followings who are adult baby diaper lovers, aka baby furs, or vocal supporters. It does not include any age regressors, non-sexual coping mechanisms. Oh, because those sweet summer childs are not evil like us. Or exclusively adult diaper fetishes. Oh, so people who are diaper lovers are fine because they just like diapers. I see. Fetishes, unless infantilism is involved in their sexual activity. The goal of this list is to outline people who engage in this behavior that sexualizes infantilism or promotes behavior that sexualizes infantilism. So furry fandom members, blah 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 blah. I don't actually care about finding the whole meat of that. But suffice to say, like I said, these type of people exist. There's lots of ways to be like Puritan and gatekeepy while not actually being a right winger, but adopting a lot of their like ways of going about stuff. we live in an exhausting world, and the character Femcell does not exist. This is true. But I do want to keep in mind that people with her beliefs do and will continue to. And I feel like, in a way, that this game is sort of like the what's it called? Like there's a thing that liberals really like, especially, well, I would say left-leaning liberals, but honestly, like, the political desire has been very prominent, especially in media. Shit, even especially with Kamala Harris lately, of like shutting down certain conversations and talking in a certain way that just kind of like is like very much, I'm owning you, you know, own the libs, sort of thinking. And that all started, well, I mean, it probably started long before him, but like, you know, the Jordan Petersons and the other guy that whose name I can't remember right now, who perpetuate this idea of facts versus feelings, who perpetuate this idea of like, not just willful wrong-headedness, but like assuming the worst out of everyone, and assuming that everyone does work on like really shitty like worldviews and desires, that everyone has an ulterior motive, even when they're being completely open and honest about what they're about. But regardless, what I mean is, to digress, what I mean is, there's the cultural moment we're in, especially with the internet, is one in where the biggest thing we can hope for is to see our political opponents be humiliated in the marketplace of ideas, and the people we agree with, or us, or even our friends, doing the slamming. I mean, shit, even recently I've seen videos on my YouTube feed showing how people like Jordan Peterson are getting are finally getting how to put this, they're losing debates. Some people would consider them to losing debates with people that they wouldn't have like 5 or 10 years ago, like college students, right? And like, of course there's a catharsis in that. I mean, shit, Phoenix Wright is all about that. Phoenix Wright is like, the gameplay loop of Phoenix Wright ends with you basically rubbing the criminal's face in their wrongdoing to the point they can't deny it, and so they come apart. I was actually hoping for that sort of thing, where it would be like she comes apart and like a less calm, collected self, a more desperate self comes out from underneath, which would have been interesting. But, you know, like I said, there's a lot. This game had a lot of potential, and, you know, I still love it for what it is. But the spirit of that moment is very much baked into the game, into the idea of, oh, like, slamming our political opponents. Because at the end of the day, her puritanism and like incel culture is what primed her to be a murderer in the first place. And that's fucking sad. Honestly, I think that's a tragedy. Especially it's queer on queer crime, now think about it. You know, like, I mean, part of the thing with like T for T is that, you know, it's safer. I mean, that's not the only reason people do T for T, but like when people talk about it on the internet and talk about it in like conversations and like the importance of T for T, is definitely part of that conversation. And in a wider way, like, yeah, anyone can hurt you, but damn does it suck when someone who's also queer does it, because they know how to slip through your defenses so much more. It stings a lot more. Anyway, that was Yuri Paddle. this is made by a really cool studio who you should check out games of.